Hello everyone, welcome to tooltek.md. Today's video I'm going to show you how to do an oil change. This procedure will apply to most vehicles. In this particular case, I'm doing it on a 2001 Chevy Cavalier. So the first step is going to be to get this thing jacked up and set on jack stands, or if you have them, use ramps. When I'm doing oil changes, I prefer to use ramps. I'll show you guys how to get the car up on ramps, and then we will go from there. Alright, I'll show you how to position these. So get them nice and straight with your tire, centered as well. And make sure you drive up as straight as possible. Make sure your car is in a level area as well. Good. Just like that. So then we'll drive it up. Alright, so we're going to get this thing driven up on the ramp. Put your e-brake on. Pop your hood. To be safe, just chalk off a wheel. Okay, so what you're going to need to do an oil change on your car is an oil drain pan, 13mm wrench in this particular case for a 2001 Chevy Cavalier. Drain plug sizes will vary, so it might be a different size socket or a wrench for you. I'm going to be using 5W30. That is the manufacturer recommended oil viscosity. The Cavalier Tube 2 motor will hold about 4 quarts. And then last but not least, you're going to need an oil filter to do a proper oil change. In this particular case, for the Chevy Cavalier, it's a PH3387A. It may vary for your car. That's all you're going to need. All this stuff costs you around 19 bucks or so. So save a few dollars. Why not do it yourself? Okay, so we're going to get a drain pan under the car. Just laid myself down some cardboard and an old jacket to lay on. We'll start by raising the hood. Get it propped. You guys are going to be my hood prop for today. We'll go ahead and remove the oil cap. Just let it sit there. The oil filter for the Cavalier sits in between your power steering reservoir and the intake. I don't know if you guys can make out that little bit of orange right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll show you from the bottom where it sits, but we're going to get it from the top. It's easier that way. Your filter sits right there. See that orange? That's your oil filter. So it's just easier to get that from the top on this model. On your car, your filter probably will be accessible from underneath. In that case, you would use a filter band wrench to remove it. You can get them anywhere for like $4 to $5. Or an oil filter wrench that will sit right over the back of the filter. It'll adapt to your ratchets and you just unscrew it that way. Okay? Here's your drain plug. Okay, so we're going to position our drain pan back a little ways, because when you remove that drain plug, the oil is going to come out with some pressure. It's going to shoot back, so we're going to just push the pan back to accommodate for that. Okay? Okay. So, to remove the drain plug, 13mm wrench. Come right loose. Okay, and then just use your fingers to take it out the rest of the way. Okay. And you're just going to pull. Hey, we hit the pan. Awesome. Now we'll just let this drain all the way. Take about 5 minutes or so. Don't lose your drain plug, and do not get the threads dirty. See how clean that is? You want to maintain that. Don't want to get any dirt in those threads. So I'm going to hold on to it. Recommend setting it down. You could see this old Grail was due for an oil change. Look at that old black oil. Very easy job, guys. Save yourself a few bucks and do it yourself. Wait until that stream stops completely. Go ahead and get your drain plug back in once it's drained completely. Make sure you start this by hand. You don't want to cross thread this. Not worth the risk. Okay, make sure that the matting surface is nice and clean. No residue there. That's going to prohibit your drain plug from seating. Okay, go ahead and get that. Finger tighten the rest of the way. And you'll just snug it up with your wrench. Don't over tighten this. Just snug it up. Okay, good. We're going to position our drain pan under where our oil filter resides currently. So our oil filter lives right in between the exhaust and this lower dog bone motor mount. So we'll go ahead and position the drain pan right underneath of there. This way When we unscrew that filter, the oil will drain into the pan. Okay, so as I said earlier, I'm not going to have a way to get you guys a shot of me doing this, but the oil filter lives between the power steering fluid reservoir and the plastic intake. Right in between there, down below. Go ahead and reach behind here with my hand and loosen this oil filter. Loosen it with my hand and see the oil start to drip down in the pan, hopefully. Hold up and out upright. My hand will allow me to, so we don't have a big mess of oil. Okay, we got it. Okay, good. Alright, here's our old oil filter. You should have seen it drain into the pan. And we didn't make a big mess with oil yet. Don't tip over, don't tip over. So we'll go ahead and dump the oil from here into there. Good. Okay, next step is to install the new oil filter. I'm going to do it the same way, remove the old one through the top. You guys aren't going to be able to see, but I'll show you where I route it through. So we're going to go ahead, take our new O-ring and just dip it in the old oil. Just make sure there's a nice coating on that O-ring. Okay, and a good nice coating of old oil. And we're going to go ahead down through here with the filter. I can find the stud. That's always the challenging part. Go ahead and screw it on. Just hand tighten it. Don't over tighten it. Okay. And then once that's good and tight, we'll go ahead and get some oil in there. Last and final step is to get the oil in it. Now we know that the Cavalier holds about 4 quarts of oil. So we just use this little measure on the side here. This is a 5-quart container. This is the quart side, so we know when we get down to the 4, that's a quart. 3, that's 2 quarts. 2, that's 3 quarts. And 1, that would be 4 quarts. And then we will get it adjusted on the dipstick as necessary. So that's how we're going to know how much oil to put in it. I don't have a funnel, but you can do it without a funnel. Go ahead and remove this completely. Get yourself a rag or something handy too. Try not to spill any. Then when I'm done with this, I will take that oil from that drain pan and go ahead and pour it right into here. And just go ahead and fill her up. You probably should use a funnel, but I don't have one. Stop every so often. Check and see where you're at. We got about another quart to go. Well, I should mention too, make sure you remove the vehicle from the ramps or your jacks. You want it nice and level when you're doing this. You want the car as level as possible when you're doing this because you want the level to be perfect when you're done. Okay, it's about 4 quarts there, just a little bit more. Cleaning her up good. Your exhaust is about the last place you want oil. It'll smell for a little while. So clean this up too. Yeah, she needs valve cover gasket. So what? She's got 240,000 miles on her. Been a good car. Best car I've ever owned. Go ahead and just verify your oil level's good. Max, right where we need to be. So we are good to go. Alrighty guys, that'll complete the video. That is how you do an oil change on your car. Last but not least, just start her up, check for any leaks. If there's no leaks, you are good to go. Hope this video helps somebody. If you enjoyed it, feel free to give a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.